Congressman Gaetz, a terrific rally. It was great to see you there in the midst of all those great Westerners and folks from Wyoming. Tell us how you think it went, and did you accomplish your goal?
We had hundreds upon hundreds of patriots show up today to demand political accountability for Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney is the third most powerful Republican in Congress, but she betrayed the Republican Party. She betrayed her constituents in Wyoming, and I think she should be removed. She no longer speaks for Republicans or Republicanism, but as you know, Lou, we are in a fight for the soul of the Republican Party right now, and I don't think we can win that fight if we only fight on the 8 square miles of Washington, D.C. We have to get out in America. We have to excite the people of our great country to put our people and our nation first and not to sell out to foreign interests abroad or special interests at home. I think based on the reaction I got in Wyoming that America first is alive and well, and it will be the prevailing ideology of our political movement.
I want to congratulate you for doing what you're doing, going out, talking with the folks who ostensibly put Liz Cheney in that congressional seat. We know that she raised more money from PACs than she did from Wyoming donors, so it's pretty clear she effectively was put in that seat despite the people of Wyoming and because of her allegiance to Wall Street, corporate America, and what are now her puppet masters in the establishment. But she's not alone. Kevin McCarthy, the leader of your party in the House conference, the minority leader, down talking to the former president, Donald Trump, America first, make America great, the man who represented working men and women and their families. And it's a very lonely place right now for those like, say, Congressman Matt Gaetz, who support the same values, the same ideals as did the former president. Your thoughts as you contend with a leadership that is fractured and frankly, absolutely betraying the ideals of the Trump administration and Donald Trump, the former president.
Well, the current leadership of the Republican Party is not worth the people of the Republican Party who've done so much to make America great. And while I may be lonely frequently in Washington, D.C., I sure wasn't lonely today in Cheyenne, Wyoming, because the people of America, they understand that the policies of President Trump made their lives better. Now, Liz Cheney didn't just raise more money from PACs than from people in Wyoming. She raised more money from PACs than people anywhere. Literally, Lou, more money from PACs than from human beings. Now, I'm the only Republican in Congress that doesn't take any PAC money from any Washington PACs because I think the American people should be our one and only special interest. So I plan to travel the country to ignite our movement to get out of Washington, D.C., and to ensure that we get back to the winning ways of President Trump. The establishment think we got to go back to the days of Romney and the Bushes and the Cheneys. I think we're past that, and we're so much better for it. And it starts right here in Wyoming by the great folks here replacing Liz Cheney. I saw a poll yesterday, Lou. Liz Cheney is less popular with Republicans in Wyoming than Muammar Gaddafi was with Libyans at the time of his removal. Now, obviously, we don't wish the same fate for Liz Cheney. We just hope that she's defeated in the upcoming election.
Well, that is one of the, I have to say, most surprising polls comparisons I think I've ever heard, Congressman. The reality is that she is very unpopular with the Republican Party, and she's almost as unpopular with the entire state as with she with Republicans. But if you've got, K Street money, you can do almost anything. You can laugh at the people of Wyoming and just keep your seat unless they decide to be activists themselves and understand that one of the great lessons of 2020 was every Republican had better get out and vote.
Absolutely. And, the political climate in Wyoming, I don't think is very different than where it is all over the country. And so what happened here today should be a message to all Republicans. If you try to purge Trumpism, if you try to go back to the America Last policies of trade deals for corporations, illegal immigration to push down American wages, and wars without winning or without end, the base of our party will not accept that. We will demand better. And I think that we're getting off to a great start for that today, but it's going to require a lot more work, a lot more effort. And you know what, Lou? I think President Trump is going to be a part of that effort. I don't think he's going to Florida to retire and be quiet and be silent. He still loves this country. He will still fight for this country until his dying breath. And we're so grateful to have him as the leader of our movement.
Well, Congressman, I think that you're exactly right, and I know the country hopes that you are exactly right about the former president. He is the leader of the Republican Party. You know, I hate to break that news to Mitch McConnell and the boys in the on those marble floors of the Senate, but I think they've got a shock or two yet to come. Congressman, great to have you with us. Congratulations and our thanks for what you are doing there in the state of Wyoming, as well as back in the swamp. Thanks, Congressman Matt Gaetz, a great American.